All right. Welcome to both mics. Welcome.
Hey, folks. This is a show about nothing and everything. He is Mike Sofka.
And that's Mike Taylor right there. And together we are both mics.
Welcome to show number 57 of Both Mics Heard Everywhere. Podcast can be heard. Find us every Friday night, usually around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on twitch.tv/bothmics. Subscribe, send us a check, get us a sticker, get you a sticker.
Nice.
Welcome. What's happening?
Like it.
How's things?
Very good. Thank you. There's a lot going on in the world, of course, right now. But just a reminder, you can check us out just about anywhere, any social media platform, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Google, iHeart, Anchor, Amazon. You can ask Alexa. You can ask Siri. You can find us. We're out there. You can do it all the time. You know what I like to do? I like to go in somebody's office when I'm doing business with somebody and they have the little thing there. And before I walk out, I tell it to play it.
Dude, I did that the other day. I couldn't think of both mics right away, but I saw it was behind the desk, and it was at my kid's school. And I saw they had an Alexa. And I'm like, Alexa, play Motley Crue. She comes in and looks the killer playing. She's like, what happened here? Like, well, I don't know. It just started talking, and it played stuff, and it was blinking. Yeah.
You don't know about the internet. You're an old guy.
Right? Yeah. But, we actually have, like, sister pages on Facebook. We like to talk about Florida a lot, and we have what's hot in Florida, what's hot in Lake County, what's hot in St. Augustine, what's hot First Coast, basically anything what's hot and enter something in Florida. We have those pages too, and we like to talk about different things that are happening in our neighborhoods. So check that out too, folks.
So we've always talked about the get off my lawn situation, and I just find it's hilarious. You're like, get off my lawn, and the Clint Eastwood thing comes up. I got a picture of him with the get off my lawn thing. I think that is from the movie
Gran Torino.
Yes, I knew it was a car.
Yes,
we talked about the car. The Starsky and Hutch, not red with a stripe.
Correct. Same thing, only different.
So we started talking about maybe doing something with the get off my lawn situation. Like, we're about that age, I think, and nice. I just put up a beautiful graphic here. It looks great. I like it. It has our show name on it. It says nothing and everything. That's what our show's about, of course. Nothing and everything. Yep. Has a older guy with a cane chasing a kid like stick people, and it says get off my lawn. I think it's hilarious. I really do. That's a good job with that thing.
Yeah. I wish I could have blended that image in a little better, but
it's good. It's good.
It's amateur. So it's Bush League. We'll call it that.
Yeah. Well, we're starting off. It's a jumping off point. So according to Sonoma Sun, so it sounds like a California thing. They listed a bunch of get off my lawn type things. I guess these are these are some of the complaints they've come across over social media and so forth. One of them is, and these are all quotes, these are direct things that have been posted on social media from grumpy old people who are the get off my lawn people. Okay, and these are hilarious. All right,
that's great. Go ahead.
Here's a quote: loud muffler cars roaring through town at all hours of the day and night. Where are the effing cops?
Oh, dude, I used to have a 1967 Mustang Coupe, and for some reason, the passenger side door would never close properly, and I had to slam it like 10 times to get it to close. Right? And you're talking about a heavy Ford Mustang from the 60s.
Yeah.
And it's doing bang, 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 and my best friend, in front of my best friend's house, because he's the one who's getting in and out of that car door. And I come across this person once, and I'm like, oh, hey, where you live? They're like, oh, I live here. I'm like, oh, hey, my buddy Paul lives right across the street from you. And he goes, oh, are you the guy with the Mustang? I'm like, yeah? Yeah. I'm like, that car's older than me. Like, whatever. Fix your door.
Here's another one. And again, these are get off my lawn quotes on social media from old get off my lawn type people. Quote, entire families riding bikes in packs on the goddamn sidewalks, no less. I don't know. I thought it was funny.
And guess what? That person's bitching if they're driving in the street and he has to pass them up.
Here we go. Hey, lady. Yeah, you. With the triple wide baby stroller in Safeway yesterday. How many kids do you need to feed?
It's not a clown car.
Yeah. Look at the effing tourist on Segways and go-karts, startling pedestrians in a crosswalk and bike paths. Hey, you can't see? People are walking here. That sounds like a New York thing. Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Here's another one. Open the schools. What? So unvaxxed snot-nosed kids can spread plague and kill us all? Are you nuts? There's an old one.
Yeah.
Fireworks. The fire department is setting off fireworks in the middle of a drought? Here's another one. The city waters, the parks, and the whole damn plaza then wants me to let my lawn die? They're talking about the city water and everything, but you can't water your lawn, I guess. That sounds like a California thing.
Right.
Shop local? You mean at real stores where real people breathe out COVID? Are you crazy? Call Amazon. They deliver. Because Amazon delivers everything in COVID-proof boxes. And
exactly, yeah. No one touched it.
Yeah. Nobody touched it. Nobody put the shit in a box.
Hermetically sealed.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Cut our water use by 20%. Why? So developers can build more water-sucking houses for people who don't live there now?
Okay.
I can't write these, folks. These are
right.
Real get off my lawn quotes. I'll wrap it up with one more here. Another restaurant on the sidewalk? What is this? Mumbai? What's next? Going potty in the gutters? That is a real get off my lawn guy. I like that last one.
Yeah.
So send us your get off my lawn guy stuff. Send that to me. I'll use them. And if I use them, I'll send you a sticker anyway. All right, how about that? Whether you send me one or not.
Right. I got a quick get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Type of things. All right. Got an email today from the Join the John Bon Jovi and Runaway Tour for a Halloween weekend getaway in Miami Beach. Friday, October 29th through Sunday, October 31st. Package includes 3 days, 2 nights, luxury accommodations at the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel. Blah, blah, blah. Costumes are welcome. Admission to the intimate acoustic storytelling performance and question and answer with John Bon Jovi. 1 photo opportunity with John Bon Jovi. Group packages, singles and doubles. Exclusive autograph photo of John Bon Jovi. Special lanyard, trip lanyard. And what else we got here? Special runaway tour gift. Holiday internet Wi-Fi included. Fully escorted by Runaway Tours staff. Full taxes and blah, blah, blah included. Please note. All right, it goes on and on and on. So it's a weekend to meet John Bon Jovi and get your picture taken and get his autograph. So take a guess on the price.
For 2 people or for 1 person?
Just for 1 person.
$4,000.
You're actually you're over there.
Oh, for $3,000.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, for a hotel for 2 nights and to meet 1 person, get his picture with him, and a couple tchotchkes, $2,200 a person.
So you're not going to do it by yourself. So you're in $4,000. You're in $4,400.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And for 2 people, each person will be $1,950. So for what, $3,900, $3,000.
And I know, and one of the guys that I would like to see again and meet again would be Gene Simmons from Kiss. But they're awful proud of that. That's how much their packages go for, and it usually includes like a ticket in the first 10 rows, and then you can top it off. You can get one of the basses that he plays in the show that night, or you can get a bass that looks that way, and those are thousands of dollars. I think it's like $5,000 for the one that looks that way, and $10,000 for the one that he actually played. If you step up and pay that for that $10,000, he'll meet you after the show and hand it to you and take a picture of you with it. You know, to have blood and shit all over it from all that. So
yeah. Do you remember your first concert?
Oh, yeah, I do. AC/DC at the Lakeland Civic Center in 1981, 80, something like that. Yeah, 82.
So you were concert going before me. For me, it was 1984, and it was Lita Ford, Rat, and Twisted Sister in Manhattan. Paid $17.50 for the ticket. Well,
Yeah.
that was the price of the ticket. Someone bought it for me to drive the group to Manhattan. Illegally, because I was only 17. You have to be 18 to drive in Manhattan.
It's a funny story because we're standing in line because my buddy got the tickets and handled everything, and this was my first go. I didn't know what the hell was going on, so we're standing in line, and all of a sudden we're like maybe, I don't know, 10 yards from the front of the line. We got there kind of early. We wanted to get a good spot. We wanted to get a seat. We didn't want to be up in the crowd and shit. And
Right.
Sometimes you want to, sometimes you don't. Anyway, it comes to find out, we get up closer, and as it gets closer to the show, all of a sudden the security and the cops and stuff start lining up. They're getting ready to open the doors, and the cops have this dog with them. It's like a drug sniffing dog. My buddy goes, "Oh shit!" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "I got a joint in my shoe. I was sneaking in for us." And I'm like, "Man, I don't fucking know you." I walked away.
And you're gonna smoke a joint out of someone's shoe?
Anyway, he got in no problem. I just thought it was hilarious. That was my whole first. And then the first band I saw was actually, there were 3 bands. There was some band with a chick lead singer. I think Crocus was there. And then I think AC/DC ran through their set. And then I think the first chick, the crowd was booing the band. And somebody threw something up on stage, like a beer can, and hit her in the head. And
wow.
She flipped out and she was like, "Fuck you, Lakeland," threw down the microphone and walked off the stage. And I was like, wow, this concert thing's pretty funny. This is great stuff.
Yeah. Well, they, at the Twisted Sister show, they literally, after the show, they took all the chairs that are like connected together in rows, but they're like regular folding chairs, and they made piles. They just made piles of chairs everywhere, and they were like, it looked like bonfires, like big piles of chairs.
Right.
And then to get out, you had to walk to the back. It was actually Pier 84, next to the Intrepid Museum on the Hudson River. You had to walk to the far back of the pier and go around the grandstand to come back out. And there was an ice cream truck in this little area that you had to walk to get out of the venue. And they started pushing back and forth off the wheels. And
Sounds
I don't know
like
if they tipped it over. I don't know if they tipped it over or not, but the guy inside was completely freaking out. Which, obviously, someone of a Middle Eastern descent was completely freaking out inside this ice cream truck. But yeah, so that's my get off my lawn thing for the day.
Nice.
$2,000 freaking dollars for a weekend, and granted, I pay close to that, if not more than that, for Monsters of Rock, which is a 5-night cruise. But there's literally 40 bands on the cruise, and each band plays twice. Right. So you're talking at over 80 shows that you can hopefully attend. Even if you can attend half of those, it's a bargain. Well, and these are bands that don't tour.
Tickets and these VIP experiences and meet and greets and all this, better seats and all this, it's gone astronomical. It's super sky high. I don't pay it anymore. I don't do it anymore. I miss out on stuff, and I know it. But in the past, I would have been all over it. I think as I get older, I'm like, is that really worth that much? You know what I mean? I'm starting to analyze it too much. And the one thing we've been going through is this Rockville thing in Jacksonville. It was supposed to be Daytona last year, but with the COVID, they canceled it. And now it's rescheduled for coming up November. It's supposed to be a springtime thing, so they've scheduled the next one in Daytona as well. But it's basically costs about $1,200-1,300 for 2 people VIP 4 days.
Wow.
So you break it down like that, and that's about $140-150 per person per day. I don't think that's too bad because you're there like 12 hours or whatever. You're seeing 20 bands or whatever. It's not like you're going to see one show. It's not Gene Simmons cashing all those checks. It's a bunch of people.
And
so
with the festivals, it also like, what does it include? Is there an area?
Yes.
And here's more. Get off my lawn.
Right.
Is there an area that you can go to that's air conditioned?
Yes.
That you can hang out.
Right.
Is food included? Is drink included?
Right.
For the ladies, is there a clean bathroom that they can go to? That's even air conditioned.
Well, that's the appeal.
That I could see.
Yeah.
And they know that people that are our age that are fans of certain genres of music have the money to do it.
That's right. They're capitalizing on it. I'm not mad at them. I'm not blaming anybody here. So, if you remember what this is, remember what those stores are?
Yeah, and believe it or not, they're hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, Sears and Kmart. Of course, it's the same company, and it goes by a different name now. Since the bankruptcy in 2018, they're now known as Transformco. Transformco.
Okay.
They're
Did you know at Kmart you can ship your pants?
nice, nice. I remember the commercial. You know,
Yes.
I look back and I can remember, going to Sears at the mall.
That was a huge deal. That was awesome.
Mom
They
insisting that I buy husky pants.
tough skins.
Tough skins, is that what they were?
Yeah, they were tough skins, but you were husky.
That's right. Okay.
I wore slim or regular, and you were husky. And I always wanted to wear husky, but Mom wouldn't get them for me because I was slim or regular.
I didn't want to walk around. I was in third grade or something with the big husky thing on my back. It was like
Right.
a label. It was like the scarlet letter. I'm a little fat kid. But I was
Right.
at the borderline. They barely had my sizes, or I had to go. I was at that line. I guess I hit the growing spurt or something in seventh grade or something. But anyway, it was pretty fun. I distinctly remember in shit. This is probably 1981, 82. We were just moving to Florida from New Jersey. We stayed with my grandmother a little bit in Stark. That's right, in Stark, where they fry people at the state penitentiary, just outside Gainesville. And we stayed there
Nice.
for about a month. And I can remember my mom wanting to go to the mall because Stark, especially at the time, I think, since then they've gotten a Walmart and a McDonald's. So, I mean, there was fucking
Nice.
nothing there.
Traffic light.
Yeah, no, it was a traffic light. So you
Awesome.
used to, and right next to Stark was Lottie, and on the other side was Waldo. No, those were no notoriously nationally recognized speed traps. That was the revenue for those towns, the foreigners that were whipping through on 301 there. So anyway, I distinctly remember my mom saying that she wanted to take us to the mall because she needed to get out of. There was nothing. It was hot. That was what was going on. It was hot. So she's going to pack us into the car on a weekend day or whatever, and we're going to go to the mall. And my grandfather says, it was my step-grandfather, Stanley, he says, hey, take this screwdriver back to Sears, being you're going there. And my mom looked at him like he had three heads. So my mom kind of laughed it off, thought he was kidding. He goes, no, here. And he handed it to me, and he goes, I want you to take this screwdriver back to Sears and get a new one. I go, were they going to ask me for a receipt? I mean, I was cognitive. I was old enough to know. And apparently the tip of the screwdriver had broken.
Yeah.
Like part of it was broken. He said, no, they have a guarantee on all their tools. You just bring this craftsman tool into Sears and show it to the guy, and he'll give you a new one. And I was like, get the F out of here. So
Yep.
I walked into Sears and I found a guy. This is back when you could find a guy at the store that knew
Right.
something about hardware and tools and shit.
Right.
And the guy goes, oh, here, and handed me a new screwdriver. My mom's like, what are you doing with that screwdriver? She goes, oh, he didn't talk to you. Yeah, and I showed her, and she was like, you're kidding me. I was like, no. So
Yep.
that was a great thing they had going on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did that for a long time. And I was shocked to hear like 10, 15 years ago that they no longer did it. It's like,
Crazy.
really? Well, yeah. But they had a good name. Kenmore, Craftsman, all good names.
Yeah.
I used to shop there all the time. My dad used to shop there. I used to love going to Sears. They had a candy counter, and like my dad would get like nice hot and roasted cashews or pistachio nuts from there.
See, that was always the thing. Like, even some of those other stores later on, like in the 90s and late 80s, like, I don't know if you're familiar with around here, they used to have Moss Brothers, and it was like Bambergers and up there, I guess.
Hamburgers,
and
yep.
places like that. And they used to have they would have everything. They'd have a photo thing. They'd have a lunch counter type thing, or
Yeah.
an ice cream bar or something like that, where you can get sandwiches and soup and stuff and milkshakes. And then they would also have a ladies' hairstyling place would be there sometimes. And so that's where I got the idea. And I'll just go ahead and put it out there. I've had this idea for years. I put it out there for years. I'm sure somebody else has cashed in already, if you think about it. But
Okay.
my idea was any guy that goes to the bar at this store drinks free. What does that store sell?
Anything that a woman wants to buy.
Exactly right. I'm talking women's clothing, candles, Bed Bath & Beyond, all that crap on one store. And guys drink free as long as they check in with their wife. Kind of like when you go to Chuck E. Cheese. You got to check in with your kid, so you're not taking the wrong kid home. You check in with your wife.
Get a wristband with a little bit.
You're drinking and wings and all this. Why don't they put a Hooters type place, a wing house type place, something like that, in conjunction with a department store? Dudes drink and eat free, watching the game on Sunday. The wife's shopping. Everybody's winning here. Why don't they do that?
Yeah, because no one goes to malls anymore.
That's right. That's why.
That's right. You missed the boat. Yeah, I remember both in the mall that was in Rockland County called Nanuet Mall. I used to go there all the time. Bamberger's actually had a restaurant, a nice restaurant, and Sears actually had like a little cafe, kind of like a Stuckey's type, Denny's type place. Yep.
Yeah, I can remember going even into Walgreens. And they had like a little counter ice cream thing or something. Maybe it wasn't Walgreens. Maybe it was Rexall or something like that.
Woolworths.
Woolworth. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yep.
Woolworth. Yeah.
Yep. They were notorious for the little soda fountain.
Well, they used to call them 5 and dimes.
Yeah.
Remember, hey, we got to go to the 5 and dime. The 5 and dime. And I remember asking my mom. I said, "Why do they call it 5 and dime? Nothing in there is 5 or a dime." She goes, "Oh, it is. It's $5 or $10 now."
Right. There was one across the street from my first apartment in Westwood, New Jersey, and you walk past it, and everything in the window was faded. It was closed down. Everything was faded. And you look at the counter, and they had the stools at the counter, and they had the soda fountain with the little lever, and all the stuff. It looked like a time capsule from the 1950s.
Wow.
So I asked around, said, "Hey, what's up with this place?" And it comes out that that some customers came in and pissed off the owner one day, and the owner was like, "Fuck it," closed the doors, shuttered everything down, and never opened again. And it was like greeting cards from 1950, all like faded in the windows. And it was this was the mid to late 80s, 1987.
Wow.
And it was, I don't know how long it was closed, but everything was faded. And the guy would, just said, "Fuck it," and screw customers. "I'm done with all of you," and just shut the doors and never opened again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's our special time of the show that we normally have, the alien update.
Oh, I was going to say, you have your period?
Yeah.
Bug-looking alien! Where? Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for people.
It's a pretty good profile. He's a little bit of an alien, too, but I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right, if you're new to the show, the alien update is when we talk about guys like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, people that have a lot of money, a lot of power, a lot of big government contracts on technology that they're unveiling and abilities that they're unveiling daily that are wowing people. And these guys there's 7 billion people on the world. Don't tell me these 5 or 6 are just that much better than everybody else. They're obviously aliens, and they're using that technology to make money and advance our culture. That's why we call them the aliens here. That's why we're talking about the alien update each time. We talked on episode 56, about the never-ending battle between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. And, there's Jeff Bezos right there. And if you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube, you can see that picture. He's in his little Blue Origin thing, I guess. So, this is according to Futurism.com. We touched on this last show, but NASA awards $26.5 million to a company that sued it. But it's much less than what Blue Origin wanted. It's a consolation prize. Jeff Bezos, Blue Origin, is receiving $25.6 million as part of the agency's Artemis program to send astronauts back to the moon by 2024, according to a NASA press release. That's 1% of the original $6 billion the company asked for when it lobbied for the coveted Human Landing System, the HLS, contract earlier this year, and which it ultimately lost to its main competitor, SpaceX.
Oops.
So that's why I said last show, let's just say that we can do it. We'll sue them for $100 million. They'll give us a contract for 26. We'll spend the money. We'll dissolve the company. We'll go bankrupt. We'll never produce a thing, and they won't care either because they're in bed with Musk already, and that's who they want anyway.
Can I get a cool sleeping pod like he's in there?
Yes, I just want one of those aluminum foil
That's where
blankets.
the alien sleeps.
Jesus, can you imagine though? I mean, this guy always comes up short, Jeff Bezos, to Musk, and I just think it's funny. I think it's a sad state, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah. Did you? I know you watched the launch. Was it last night? No, 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I put up the video of it from my front of my house.
Inspiration 4.
Yeah, that's who's on it. I put up the picture right now. Those are the astronauts that are on it. Now, if you look closely at that picture, to me it looks like they're photoshopped in the helmets there.
Right. Yeah.
Doesn't it look that way? Because
of the black circle around their head.
Yeah, it looks that way to me. So, and that's the official photo of the non-astronaut / astronauts that are on board that Inspiration 4. And there's another picture of them. Let me see if it's this one here. Oh, this goes back to Bezos here. This is funny. These are the 6. This is Bezos put this out. It's against Musk. It's talking about how the Starship. That's Musk. That's not Blue Origin. Starship. He'd have to deliver from a space point that doesn't currently exist. He'd have to have all these booster rockets, and it shows the turnaround on these rockets. Then it says, hang on, I might need to get my glasses for this. The unprecedented cryogenic fuel storage and transfer that won't be demonstrated until 2023. The lander is a modified second stage of a launch vehicle, and a launch vehicle that has never flown to orbit and is still being designed with 32 booster engines, taller than the Saturn V, 3 to 4 million pounds heavier than Saturn V. So basically, Musk is pointing out all the Bezos is pointing out all the deficiencies in Musk and Starlink's system. He's pretty pissed off about not getting all those big contracts. Musk has got the contracts, but according to Bezos, he don't have what it takes yet to make this happen, and the time is ticking.
But you know what? He's been pretty right on all along. So, he's just taking something that's small scale, and, it's like baking cookies. If you want to make a dozen cookies, you make this recipe. If you want to make 4 dozen cookies, you take the 1 dozen cookie recipe and you times it by 4. So that's what he's doing. He's just scaling it up. He's gotten this new rocket to land, which I thought he'd never get to do. It comes down vertically, and all of a sudden, in the last moment, it rights itself up and lands, where it's supposed to.
Crazy.
Yeah, and another thing that I never knew that was going to exist in ever.
Well, yeah, because he's an alien.
Yeah, so he's got that right. If he can get the damn thing to land, then you can always scale it up. So, whatever.
Musk is a can-do guy, and and Bezos is a guy that thinks he can do. And he's trying to get in the game so bad, and his big brother's like, this game ain't for you. You're too young. You need to sit on the sidelines. The older kids are playing. The adults are playing, or whatever, It's hilarious, the whole thing. But to diagram the other guy's deficiencies in his system and post it out, it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, well, guess what? Just because it hasn't been invented yet doesn't mean it's not going to be invented.
Exactly.
We've said it time and time before, all the things that, when they told us when we were little, oh, if you can dream it, you can do it. And you're like, right. Whatever, Grandpa, get off my lawn. Exactly. And, here we are 40 years later, and these things, a TV on our wrist, landing a damn rocket ship on a postage stamp out in the Atlantic Ocean.
Or how about this thing here? This is from the Inspiration 4 mission. This is shooting upwards outside that clear cone that they had. They removed the top, and there's that clear cone we've talked about on previous shows. That's the view of the space around this cat as he's up in that cone looking.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. They're able to deliver some of the real cool pictures. You could search them out online. They're out there. Just look for SpaceX Inspiration 4 mission. And there's better pictures out there than that. There's a ton of them. But think about that.
Yeah.
How lucky those people are to be able to experience that firsthand. I mean, I get chills thinking about that.
Anything for a price.
Right?
Yeah. And I couldn't believe how clear I could see the launch from my driveway. You know, I have the star app that kind of tells you what different stars are, where the planets are, and it tells you the cardinal positions. I'm looking south. I'm like, all right, so from where I am, it's got to be south and it's got to be east. So southeast, I'm looking, and I don't see anything. And then I look over my neighbor's house, and this freaking rocket. I could see the freaking rocket. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah.
It had a large orange tail on it when it was first coming up. And then I had Xander with me, and I'm like, look, it's a rocket. And I'm showing him the launch on my phone, and I'm showing him, I go, this on my phone is that right there.
Right? Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
What's going through your kid's mind as you're showing him this? Put yourself back to his age. Yeah. And there's no way that you would even ever have thought of that. Nobody's thought of that.
And it's 106 miles from where I am.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, launch pad 39B or A, whatever it was, is 106 miles on the road from where I live. So I couldn't believe it. And then a buddy of mine in North Carolina goes, well, here's my view from 700 miles away.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
I'm like,
real
what?
Crazy. Yeah.
I used to have problems seeing the launch from frickin' Disney World.
Yeah.
Which is 40 miles away. 50.
Well, that's because we've allowed, certain things to be built around us, trees to be knocked down, light pollution is a big thing that has to do with it. Clouds, it's always cloudy in the afternoon or evening here in Florida, and it's hard for the moon, the stars, and the planets, pardon the expression, to line up so you'll get a perfect view. But you had a real good one. I had a little bit foggy view from my part. And I saw your friend's picture from North Carolina. It had like that halo around it, where you could tell that it was bursting through some clouds, but they were so far away, he could see the whole image. It looked pretty cool.
Oh.
I'm looking at this thing here, and you know what that is? You know what that guy's standing in front of? If you're looking at twitch.tv/bothmikes or YouTube, you can see a guy standing in front of something on a screen. I'm asking Mike to tell me what it is.
I have not a clue. Is it okay? Maybe no, like a side view of a guitar, but it's not a side view of a guitar.
It's a side view of an Apple phone, the Apple iPhone 13.
Ah, okay, yeah.
There's a guy standing in front of it with the big production. You know how they always like to roll stuff out.
Right.
Well, they rolled out the Apple's new iPhone. Oh, here's all the pop-ups now. Great. This is what I want. I want to sift through pop. Yes, no, I don't want to order your shirt. All right. This is according
Pornhub.
This is according to CNBC.com, so you know it's got to be true. The iPhone 13 customers are having Apple Card troubles buying the new phone. So you know how there's people that are all Apple. They're all into it. Everything's Apple. They got to be there the first day it comes out. Yeah. They know better than everybody else. They have Apple. Okay, great. Now they bought into that Apple Card, the charge card thing, where they could pay with stuff with their phone. And they try to get the new phone, and Apple won't take the new Apple Card. There's some sort of situation where it wouldn't work. I think that's hilarious.
Well, I could tell you exactly what it is. Why would you name your phone Apple phone or iPod, whatever the hell?
13?
Apple phone 13.
Ah.
Hello? There's no 13th floor for a reason. People skip 13 for a reason.
Well,
Are they going to have an Apple 666 next?
The reason why these folks were trying to use their Apple Card is the Apple Card was introduced in 2019 and allows people to buy Apple products with up to 3% cash back. Ooh. So these phones are, well over $1,000 now. So that makes a little sense. I get it. You want a little money back. I get it.
$30.
But it's not working. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll stick with my Samsung.
Well, they're the no better people. I know. And I get it. Sometimes for graphic design or whatever, that's just the system you should use. I get it. But anyway.
Right.
My past experiences, people with iPhones and stuff, they're kind of like...
pretentious?
Yeah, I think a little bit. I'm not trying to group people together or name drop.
Kind of
on a
like
couple
people that drive Volkswagen cars. Just a little pretentious.
Yeah. Speaking of Volkswagen cars, you ever been in one? The air conditioner smells like crayons. It does.
No.
Yeah,
Seriously?
it smells like crayons.
Wow. Is that like because you like when you walk into any Publix anywhere, they all smell the same?
I guess maybe they're pumping in cinnamon or something like Disney does, cinnamon and chocolate and stuff to make you hungry.
I noticed that that every Publix you walk into smells the same, regardless of where it is, and same with Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's smells the same no matter where you go.
Well, I just got the text from our guy. He'll be here in a few. I do want to slip in one more quick story here before Mikestradamus makes his appearance here today. But we've talked about this, the Samsung flip phone.
Okay.
Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, the Galaxy Z Flip 3, they just got a price cut. Huh.
Really?
I wonder why.
Has my prediction come true yet? Is it a piece of shit?
That's what we're thinking. Everybody I've talked to people. You'll see the commercial for it or something, and I'll be, even Lisa, I'll say something, and she'll go, I would think that would wear the hell out like in a month. Yeah. So, yeah, I couldn't find any reports of that, but, yeah, that means nobody's buying the shit, I think. If you discount it like 10%, that's the start. When stores go out of business, they do these giveaway sales. They start at 10%, then they go to 25, then they go to 40 or 50% off, then they go to like 75%, and as it goes up, the stock depletes. Well, that's what they're doing here. They're just starting the sale.
Then you're selling the fixtures and the racks and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bad idea.
I agree. All right, let me get the Mikestradamus music queued up here. Let me get his picture going. Let me do all that stuff. Oh, he's here. I just got the text here. He's here. Let me get the music going. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'm going to let him in.
I'll be here.
Okay. Good morning, young Michael. How are you?
Good morning. Are we on the Dubai time zone?
I got a price tag on my forehead. Hold on here.
You've had a price tag on your forehead for decades.
Right, exactly. How are you, young Michael?
I'm great. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting night. We have a very special guest with us this evening. We have a guest from the East, a famous safari guide, the all-knowing, all-seeing, omniscient, and former electronics salesman from the Crazy Eddie on the corner of 4th and Lexington in New York City. I give you Mikestradamus.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. We have been waiting to hear your infinite wisdom. Look what I got right here.
Ah, the envelopes.
I have your envelopes. They have been hermetically sealed and stuffed in a mayonnaise jar and left at the Wawa on 192 in Kissimmee since noon today. No one knows the contents of these envelopes, but you, in your borderline and infinite wisdom, without ever seeing the contents, you and you alone know the answers to the questions in these envelopes. Right here.
Correct.
I give you your first envelope.
Nice. Let me see if I can blot that out for security reasons here. Okay, here we go. So I have the answer to the question in this envelope here.
Yes, that one there.
The answer, without looking at the question,
sealed.
The answer is Holy cow. Holy cow.
Holy cow.
Open the envelope here. What is the name of the Vatican dairy?
Holy cow.
Holy cow. Hey, Mike, blessing for you related to holy cow. May your cheese always be chunky and green.
Ew. Your second envelope right here.
Ah, thank you. The second envelope. Ah, nice. And it's getting easier going through that hot jello time warp there. Going, yeah. What are we like? Come on. Here we go. How do you tell when Kim Kardashian is in the Atlantic Ocean?
Surf's up.
Yes. And Mike, a blessing for you here. May they rename the Grand Tetons to Kardashian Mountains. Whatever that means.
Exactly. And he's out.
I don't know. $1 million dinar sounds like a lot of money. How much is $1 million dinar?
Dinar?
He offered you 2 million dinar? Oh man, I might have taken that money if I was you. I understand.
Dinar. How much that is?
Yeah, how much is 2 million dinar in America?
Dinar. I don't know.
That's how much she turned down. He offered her, leaving on the carpet, wanted her to go on the carpet with him and leave. The only guy in business I know that arrives in a limo and leaves on a carpet.
Yeah.
Offered her 2 million dinar.
She's dumber than she looks.
Let's see. I'm going to look this up real quick. Let's see here. Dinar. D-I-N-A-R. Is that the way you spell it? It equals 3.32 United States dollars. So she could have had $6.6 million to leave with him on the carpet.
Oh, well. Look what it looks like.
I would have left.
Yeah. In theory.
Right? All right. This guy right here invented something. I'm going to put a picture up if you're watching us on twitch.tv/bothmikes or YouTube.
He invented a paintbrush.
Right? You would think, right?
Or ceiling paint.
Well, this guy, how would you describe this guy's ethnicity? How would you describe him?
I would say
politically correctly, of course. That's Mike_Taylor at bothmikes.com. Go ahead.
Somewhere in Asia.
Okay, so he's obviously not a white, Caucasian, Anglo-Saxon person.
He's not a wasp.
Okay. Well, see, I'm calling bullcrap on this because this guy is posing as a scientist. They've created the world's whitest paint. So, it could eliminate the need for an air conditioner, is what they're saying. I don't understand what can be whiter than white. Either it's white or it's not.
Right? Like,
but then to put this Asian guy out there and tell him this is cultural. What do they call that? Appropriate. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Appropriation.
Here. This is according to YahooNews.com. The whitest paint in the world has been created in a lab at Purdue University. A paint so white that it could eventually reduce or eliminate the need for air conditioning, scientists say. The paint has now made it into the Guinness Book of World Records as the whitest ever made. Meanwhile, I thought the whitest that ever made was Larry Bird.
Right? Yeah, well, how do you know you have the whitest paint unless you have something whiter? Right? You look at something and it's, okay, perfect example. My mom had a 1979 LTD2. She bought it the day she graduated college. And it was, well, she was older when she graduated college, but it was white with a green half vinyl roof. Remember the half vinyl roof?
Oh, yeah.
All right. And the car was white. And I used to pull it up on the lawn and we'd wash it.
Right.
You know, after dinner some night we'd wash it. And it was white. It looked white. And I remember my mom had white wall tires.
Right.
And she had this spray called like Bright Tire.
Right.
It was a white and red bottle, and you spray the white the white wall, and you hit it with a scrub brush, and the white walls are really white.
Sure.
Well, one day I actually, after washing the car, I accidentally sprayed it on the back fender. So quick, I got the sponge. I got the sponge. I washed it off because it's some kind of bleaching agent, and where I sprayed
Was whiter.
was whiter.
Yeah, crazy.
Now, the car was white,
Yeah.
and I thought after washing it, wow, it's really white. And then I hit it with bleach, and it's whiter. Well, how do you know it's whiter than white? I don't. How do you know? How do you know you can't get something more white?
Well, here's how they know. This is what they're supporting. This is what they're saying is supporting their claim that this could do away with things like air conditioning, electricity. This is all part of the green thing, I think, I'm sure. But they're making this paint really reflective. It is also made really white, according to Purdue University. The paint reflects 98.1% of solar radiation while also emitting infrared heat. Because the paint absorbs less heat from the sun than it emits, a surface coated with this paint is cooled below the surrounding temperature without consuming power. They're saying they're going to use this paint to cover roof areas, maybe 1,000 square foot roof or so. They're saying that could result in a cooling power of 10 kilowatts. That's more powerful than the air conditioners used by most houses. So apparently they're putting the science behind this.
Okay, but it gets dirty and it's no longer white.
Exactly, that's where I'm at. So then you're going to have to get chemicals, which aren't green. Then you're going to have to put time in, which means you're going to be creating a carbon footprint, which is no good. Just stop it already, please.
It might be better, but it's not the freaking cure-all.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out where this is. Why don't we take a trip up to Purdue and we'll get I don't know.
Where is Purdue? Is that in like
Indiana.
the Carolinas? Is it in Indiana? Why was I thinking the Carolinas?
The Purdue Boilermakers. That's back when they had. Nobody knows what a Boilermaker is now.
No. Well, it's just a person that makes boilers.
Hey, little guy, how are you?
Say hi.
Hey, Xander.
He can't hear you. See, right there.
Hey, Xander, how are you?
You say something? Say hello.
Hello.
Hey! The youngest person ever to be on both mics, I think.
Yes. Go in bed? No. No, not going to bed.
So-
I want to wash my.
Uh-oh.
I want to wash Fluffy in your bed.
You want to go lay down in the bed? Is Mommy sleeping?
No.
No? Why don't you go hang out with Mommy? All right, I'll be in a little bit.
That's cute. So we talked about this in the past. We called it. It happened. Somebody in a self-driving Tesla got a DUI.
Now, who's the violation go to? Does that go to Elon or does it go to the woman driving?
This is
Not driving.
according to FoxNews.com. California troopers arrest woman for DUI while Tesla reportedly on autopilot. They observed the driver was unconscious at the time. I want to know, how does that happen? How does the vehicle stop? When it sees blue lights in the mirror, does the engine power down and pull over, or how's that work?
Right? Yeah. How did Lisa do this?
Stop. California Highway Patrol officers pulled over a Tesla that was cruising the 134 freeway around 11 p.m. Thursday night. Troopers observed that the driver was unconscious at the time. An air patrol unit caught the end of the incident as the vehicle slowed to a stop after a CHP vehicle overtook it and stopped in front of it.
That's how, because it saw the vehicle in front of it.
Wow. They cited California Highway Patrol, cited the driver, DUI after the Tesla autopilot almost hit a trooper. This is another incident. So these things are happening. I'm not the first person to think of this, that these are DUI mobiles. These are people that are, oh, great, I have a ride home.
Right. And I was wondering the same thing, I forget. Damn it. God.
To me, it's funny. We talked about this on other cars before they had the self-driving, because you have the lane keep assist systems, you have the speed system that the car will come to a stop if the car in front of you stops all by itself. It's crazy.
What I was actually thinking of is, if the car is driving and is supposed to be driving perfectly, how did it? How did the cop know to pull it over? I was thinking, well, did he see someone sleeping in the car, or
I
what?
guess while they're driving,
You look over and you're like, what the hell? What's going on over there? But yeah, I guess if it almost hit another cop, or the cop says it almost hit him, and that's the reason why they pulled it over. I've been pulled over for stupid reasons.
So have I.
You drive a '60s Mustang back in the '80s. I got pulled over once 13 times in a week.
Nice.
Was not given a single ticket, but 13 times in 1 week. That's almost twice a day.
Wow.
And because I drove a 1968 Mustang GT, black, and dual exhaust, boom, 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 boom. And I got pulled over once for driving in like on a road like 1792 at night, 11 o'clock at night, no cars on the road, and I'm driving in the left lane. I got pulled over specifically for driving in the left lane.
Yeah.
Is it a legit? I was driving in the left lane. Are you supposed to drive in the left lane? No. That's why I got pulled up.
I remember I had a similar incident. I was around 18 or so, maybe 16, 18, somewhere in that. And I got pulled over for going out the wrong way of McDonald's.
Wow.
And I contested. I went to court and fought it. But they did have a sign up that was a legitimate sign that was like, no right turn here, no left turn, whatever it was, and I was doing the opposite.
Those don't count. Like stop signs in Publix or Walmart parking lot, those don't count.
Then then the same week I got a ticket for, I had 3 in 1 week. It was crazy. I went forever without one, and I got 3 in 1 week. I thought I was going to lose my license. I got one for doing 85 in a 55.
Oh.
And that was before the speed limit's increased to 65.
Right.
So, or maybe it was just at that time. And my dad, I was nervous about that whole situation. My dad said, I think you were going a lot faster than they wrote on this ticket. They usually knock it down. And he's right, because I was going 104. Well, that's what the speedometer said. I was late to work at Disney. We were hauling ass, and I saw a cop going the other way. And I was like, he's going the other way. How's he going to radar me? That cop cut across that median so quick, I was like, oh, crap.
Yep. And being young, you're probably like, all right, so you slowed down.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I'd have been better off to speed up and get off the next exit.
I say, at your age now, you wouldn't slow down, you would speed up.
No, after these incidents, twice I eluded cops that way. I sped up, took a turn, shut the lights off, put the emergency brake on, leaned the seat back. The cops coming down the street looking. Yep. I was like, oh, God, please keep going.
Yep, get off at the next exit.
Then it was the third ticket that week was 2-lane road, one going one direction, one going the other, and the guy in front of me had stopped to take a left turn and was waiting for the traffic coming the opposite direction to slow down. So what do you do in that situation? You pass them on the right. No, you can't do that with the cop behind you, apparently. I didn't know that was against the law.
Well, it's against the law, yeah. Technically.
Crazy, dude. Crazy. Yeah. So one more thing here before we're going to get out. We do have 4 minutes left here. The PowerBall is huge tonight. Did you buy a ticket yet?
It's huge. Oh, shit. It's tonight? Fudge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I forgot. I bought for Tuesday and Wednesday for Mega and Power.
Well, it's still time after we wrap up here. You'll have a few minutes. It's like 400 million.
Yeah, I know. Wait, you sure? I think Powerball's tomorrow night. I think the Mega Million is tonight.
No, you're right. It is Saturday night. You're right.
Yeah.
Powerball jackpot reaches 457 million.
Wow. Yeah, that's insanity. And the thing is, to get to that dollar amount, it takes months. So I don't know when the last winner was for Powerball.
So you'll probably, if you take a lump sum, I would guess you'd get just under 300 million was what I would guess.
Yeah.
At one time? Are you freaking kidding me? I might be able to quit my part-time job. Washing dishes at the Stuckies.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is? If I won the Powerball, I'd open a real cool restaurant. I have a cool
Sure.
concept for a restaurant.
Sure.
You know, it would be a brewery and a winery and a distillery,
Yeah.
and maybe even a municipal, cannabis, all combined into one. It's not legal now, but with the money, you'd be able to make it legal.
Okay, so like all the other ideas you and I have, in 5-7 years, Musk will have a chain of these open throughout the country.
Exactly. Yeah, and the restaurant's called both Elons instead of both Musks. Yeah, and yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. And the thing is, if I won $300 million, would I want to open a restaurant and deal with that?
No.
Yeah, no.
I might.
No.
I might. You know, if I know somebody who's good in the industry, I'll pay them double what they're making now and say, "Here, make this shit happen." You know.
Well,
Here's the
I know
budget.
someone. I know someone who's a chef.
Right.
You know, happens to be your brother.
Right.
I know someone who's been able to manage restaurants in the past. Who
Yeah.
would be you, and
Yeah.
with that kind of money, you would get the influence of other people too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
we're at about
yeah.
a minute 45 here. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, Mike?
Not today.
Okay.
I'm all shouted out.
All right. Well, of course, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Gino Losi. If you want to get on some monster fish, you can just look at the both Mike's or What's Hot in Florida web pages or the Facebook
Yep.
pages. You'll see pictures of massive fish. I went out fishing with this guy for like 4 hours, and I caught 25 fish. The other two people, we caught over 55 fish between the three of us. And there was some monsters, dude. So
Wow.
also check out the Melon Patch Theater in Leesburg. My buddy Dustin Levine's doing a great job there. Community theater. Support the community theater. Support local stuff. Make a donation. Go see a play or something over there. And of course, check us out on the website, bothmikes.com and what'shotinflorida.com. Appreciate
Get off
you
my
tuning
lawn.
in for 57 here. I look forward to 58 and 59 coming up. We'll talk to you next time.
Ciao.